But I'm not scared of being the competition any more than you were when you lined up across from a superior team. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Right.
They have all the assets and resources that we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't.
Wow.
Keep it going. Some privilege in the back, blowing. Hold it down for the Bay, reppin' Oakland.
It's all a fugazi.
And you know the difference between me reading your papers now and me reading your papers 10 years ago is that now I know when I read it. 10 years ago, I didn't know when I read it.
It's no matter. It's not on the elemental chart. It's not fucking real.
Right.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen. And I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies.
Carrying a school bag on stage. What are you doing with a school bag on stage? You can't even read.
No, you ain't the champ. Hey, listen, don't make it embarrassing. How you gonna do this? Embarrassing. How you gonna do the champ? You go fight more than 4,000 people live. More people in training.
40 years old carrying a school bag. The man doesn't even fucking read.
And Dad tried to teach me of my brothers. Never try to be better than someone else. Always learn from others. And never cease trying to be the best you could be. That's under your control. I coined my own definition of success, which is peace of mind, attained only through self-satisfaction in knowing you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable.
What do you both think about fear?
I'm not in this world to live up to your expectations. I'm here to live up to mine.
He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life.
Fear is a teacher.
And I don't skip class.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Nothing.
Hanging around.
Just hanging around.
Hey now, say now. Hey now, say now. Hey now, say now.
Hey now. Hey now to you. Yeah. Hey now. Hey now.
Hey now.
Did I just nail the grail?
You just hit the grail.
Did I just nail the grail? Hey now, say now. Hey now, say now.
Hey now. It's going to be a really good show. Got a lot. It's just has that feeling. I normally can feel it prior. So it's going to be a great show. Excited to be back. Traveling was exhausting. 30 seconds. Oh God. I hope I don't catch flack here from everybody, people that live certain places. I hear Columbus is the spot to be. People love, that's the place to be in Ohio. It's the up and coming city. It's my friend, I told him, hey, I'm thinking about Cincinnati. No, Columbus. So, I checked out Columbus. I thought Cincinnati was super charming, very beautiful, easy to drive. The neighborhoods were great. Columbus was just not for me. We're all different. What's your thought on Caitlin Clark's rookie chart, Brady scam? We'll get into that. That's going to be fun. And I know Petty and Orlando want to chat about it. Sports Card Investigator will be on later tonight to talk about it and other things. And then I'm hoping to get some call-ins at the end of the show, your thoughts on all that stuff. Bobby Boucher, thank you for the early $10. That's awesome. What's your thoughts on Caitlin Clark's rookie card charts? I'll tell you what. Today's such a packed show. I will do research on that tonight or tomorrow, and I'll give you a better, well thought out. I don't have one right now. I need to go look. So why don't we do that justice tomorrow? A matter of fact, let me write it down. Caitlin Clark, rookie cards. Okay. Yes. Done. Okay, so what do I have? Let's get to it. $650,000 missing Tom Brady. Apparently, that's how much this thing was going for. Petty and Orlando give their take. Is Antonio Brown all right? We'll watch something real quick. World Cup standings. Sports Card Investigator will come on. Constant record sales. Voicemails. NFL wide receiver collection. Actually don't have. We'll do that tomorrow. And then tomorrow, ESPN came out with you might have seen it, you might have not, but they come out with the article on, sports cards. Breaking and maybe other aspects could be considered gambling, and that's national media and bigger media, and still does it get clicks? I'm not sure, but it's out there. Okay. Oh, and there's the image. Could box breaking be considered gambling or a lot? It's kind of a long article. They do it justice. So we'll do that tomorrow because tonight's kind of packed. Victor Cards, that was a great conversation, by the way, last week. Collector MD Simon. Tomorrow, Chris Hoge had to cancel. He said he's building up for the National and took on more Nikachu and blah, blah, blah. So we're hoping to get him on in August after the National. Tonight, Sports Card Investigator. Next week, hopefully RGL. Tentatively, and then Chris Sewell in July. We have Rob Veras, which I'm going to Burbank this weekend. I kind of want to, go when they're not expecting, go when I can see some things for myself. But anyways, I went to the shop prior to them moving, and they had a lot of neat things. It's a little overwhelming, but and this is going to be even more overwhelming. Ryan Gemrate on the 8th. And okay, so the $500,000, it's $650,000 Brady missing. On one side, you have Steve. Steve says he, the deal was approximately $650K. He claims the photos were AI generated. He's pretty adamant about that. He says Bruce has changed the story multiple times. He made it difficult back and forth on how to transfer the money. He believes the shipping story is a cover, and he believes the Brady was never existed. Bruce, on the other side, says he never intentionally scammed Steve. He claims he physically held the card. Did I hear for 10 minutes? Because that's kind of weird. Claims Jorge Alvarez is the real person. Says the package was insured, and says he was deceived as well. So tonight's poll, which I'm going to wait till we have some more context, evidence, and what their words. So who do you see to blame here the most? Steve, Bruce, Jorge, or FedEx? And so we'll do that. Bitcoin down from last week, $4,000, 62,500. Last year, this time, 101 grand. So eventually, well, let me ask this. I heard someone else's, not my I heard this somewhere else, friend of a friend, that, there's not much value in real estate right now. There's not much value in the stock market, just gone up, but there is value here. So what happens when there does become value in the stock market or real estate or Bitcoin? Does some of them, I'm speculating, but does some of the money that came in, okay, wow, Bitcoin's at $33,000. It's time to hit that hard, So just a thought. Let's see. Gold. What is this? Gold? Did we jump Bitcoin? Okay. So silver, $62. Last week it was at 70. Market's kind of getting hurt. And then last year's price, $36. So still up, well up. Gold, 4,300 last week, 4,100. And this time last year, about 3,400. One of one. Keep up the great work. Don't let mom. Never know what she's doing back there. 101, thank you so much, bro. And I enjoyed one of your interviews. Maybe we'll try to get to that tomorrow. What do we have here?
When you're ready, you can start.
So this is a 3 minutes, and I'm not even sure there's time for this, but we're going to do it. We're going to start with the player at the very end of the show, after the chaos, after we break down this whole, Steve story, which I'm looking forward to. It's quite interesting and entertaining. And I'm also interested to hear what you guys have to say. What's your takes?
When you're ready, you can start. When you're ready, you can.
How many times am I going to hear that? Shut up. I don't know if I want to start with this. I don't know if I want to lead with this. Yeah, let's go.
Start.
Yep. Star.
Do you know who that is?
Ooh, this is
I know.
90s.
I think he struggled.
Pass.
Oof. Okay. Who was it?
Oh, I'm gonna get.
Who was it?
This one.
What's up, Collector Investor Auctions?
That's not Terrell Davis.
CIA. Oh, what's cracking?
Okay, I suck on this one. Oh, that's Darren Williams.
Yes.
That is. Ooh.
Anaka, you're right.
Do I know, dude?
Twin brother.
Oh, I'm still gonna say Tiki Barber.
Yes.
Yeah, Tiki. That's Kevin Johnson.
Mayor.
Yes.
That is. These are tough. These are
very
tough.
young, big player. Very.
Who is it? Who is it?
Oh, was he drafted by them? No. Okay. Pass. I'm gonna come back to that. Dude, what you
good shooter.
You took it up a notch. This isn't Joe Johnson, is it?
Yeah, okay, good call. Yes, it is. In about 20 minutes, it'll be Orlando and Petty. I need to get past this really because, a matter of fact, we're going to push this to later because I have too much. I don't even think I have time to get to Instagram. I asked RGL, maybe we'll run a later show tonight and get back to this. But with all the crazy prices recently, where do you see value? But there's just too much to go. Oh, I even have all this, but I think maybe we save this for tomorrow because the majority of tonight, I really want to talk about this. And so let's start here with Steve. Maybe you've seen this, maybe you haven't. It's 1 minute, and let's listen to the beginning of the case, and we'll kind of go in order.
So back, I guess it's been over a year now, and a gentleman that not a gentleman, a guy who I purchased quite a few Brady cards from in the past from. I mean, we did close to 7 figures in business prior to this incident. So I had built trust, and before that I had people from auction houses giving the thumbs up, this guy's good. I had people in the hobby doing the same thing. He was in my the groups I was in, so I didn't I never thought anything of it. He knew my want list, I guess you could say, and started asking questions. And one day he basically said, I can get you the I know where the 2012 Tom Brady black finite is. And if obviously I couldn't contain myself.
If you watched Extra Credit with SCV, what is it? He said the guy fell to his knees. I mean, these, I mean, these doing certain cars to certain people, and they work on collections for a lot of money. But it's just funny that
so back. I guess this has been over.
So I think we just watched that one, and Blue Red, you're just gonna have to wait. I got too much tonight right now, but take your call, but far later in the show, I think. So you're good again. These are all about a minute. There's one more of him, and then Bruce hops on, and we hear Bruce's side of the story, and it gets a little it's entertaining and interesting.
I can't tell you how angry so yeah, Bruce Feldman was his name. He's on Instagram. He's still active. That's was part of my frustration for a long time too. I still have people contact me defending this guy, and it's like I obviously got scammed. He sent me an AI card. He lied to me for multiple days about shipping this package. Then when he finally shipped it, he set up this whole thing to make it look like FedEx. Somebody at FedEx cut the box open and took the card, and then there's so much evidence other than that leaning against him. I'm not going to totally get into all this stuff, but it's absolutely 100% this guy used AI, took this money, sent me nothing through the mail, said that he had insurance on it, lied about all that crap, gave me some fake FedEx insurance number, just.
All right, so that's his case, and then we have one more from him about because here's the thing, we just covered him. Where do I have it? Hopefully I have it. Yeah, right here. This was 4 months ago. $5 million loss. I'm out. Well, this was the same guy, and he made all, and I'm glad he shared all this, and I'm glad he's sharing his current story, but he had just kind of decided he's out, and he kind of said his rundown and was very honest and truthful of all the different, crazy things going on around, and now this happens. So, not the first time we've heard. Now listen, he kind of feels, not great about it.
I'm pretty disgusted by it. Again, I'm disgusted with myself. So I understand the questions that some people ask, how do you accidentally do that? How do you get yourself in this position? I understand it. I kicked myself in my own ass. So I don't, you know what I mean? It's, plus that, I mean, and if that card actually, that card would be worth $5 million plus, I think, at this point.
Quick NFL rips, shut up and go away. We've been live 15 minutes. Come back in 40 minutes. Come back in a half hour. We just started. Shut up, go away. We don't need you as one of the count. Don't worry about it. The numbers are absolutely just fine.
That's where you can't go. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go there. Or the cards I've sold to get it. Like I said, the kabooms. So it was more than $500,000 loss, is what a lot of people you know, the loss of big PC items.
All right, so that's where he's at. And by the way, 90 people in here. We've been live 15 minutes. Normally it peaks in about an hour. So, you know, just come back in 30 minutes, but you could get lost. We don't need you here. If you're going to be a jackass troll, you don't appreciate the content, the work, the truth, get the fuck out of here. Seriously, you really want to piss me off? Ban them, mute them. See you later, bro. You don't need to be here. You don't get the luxury of the truth, the hard work, the honesty. Go away. Fuck off. All right, Bruce steps in. Here we go.
I've been in the hobby for a long time. Steve knows that. I've played and sold cars to many of the heavy hitters in the hobby.
No, hey, serious. If you want to be a dumbass, get lost. I put a lot of hard work to give you the truth and the honesty that you won't find anywhere else. We have a community here that loves that. If you want to be a jackass troll, see you later, bro. You don't have to watch. We don't need you here. You shouldn't be here. It's not for you. You can't handle it. You can't handle the truth. So that's just how it is. All right, Bruce steps in.
I've been in the hobby
by the way, Orlando and Petty in about 15 minutes to chime in. This gets entertaining and exciting and interesting. And you could tell there's a lot of emotion. Steve looks like, I just can't listen to another lie. I just can't listen to another lie. At least in his head, that's how I frame it. And you can make of it what you will. Here we go.
A long time. Steve knows that. Played and sold cars to many of the heavy hitters in the hobby. And, you know, I've had it out with Steve. I just want to tell Steve something. Steve, we've had it out. We've talked a lot of shit. Excuse me, I shouldn't swear. We talked a lot of crap to each other about this. And I just want to tell you, Steve, I'm sorry for some of the things I said to you.
So he's apologizing. I'm not a big baby. I'm right. You just can't. People can't hand us honesty and truth and what it is. I'm not a big baby. I'm correct. You want to come in just hating. I'm factually right.
But man, a lot of people know in the hobby, I did not intentionally scam you. A lot of people know it, and you know it. A lot of people know. Steve, we've done hundreds of thousands of dollars in deals together. You bought that signed refractor Brady off me. You know, Steve, come on, man. You know.
Hey, so this is the interesting point. They have history. It sounds like they've done expensive deals together. Has Bruce gotten a little desperate, needs money? I have no idea. Speculation. I don't know what to make of it. I'm curious to hear what all you guys think. Obviously, in the comment section during this live, a lot of people were roasting Bruce, but some people had, some people were a little more kind and fair. So I don't know, but you're going to make it for yourself. You're going to decide.
I actually saw the card. Those pictures you're saying were AI. Those pictures were sent to me by the person that I saw who had the card, sent them to me, and I just forwarded them to you. There was real insurance put on that package that I sent. Okay? You know, I don't know what happened, but I would never have you send that money to that individual if I didn't actually see the card or what I thought was the card. And I just want to set the record straight.
Even though you're the broker and you had the card in your possession, right? As the broker.
I saw the card in my possession.
You had it in your possession.
I had it for like 10 minutes in my hand. I looked at it, Steve. We went through what happened.
It's not what the conversation says. No. And you even admitted, I guess I lied about that part.
Steve, I did not intentionally scam you out of your money.
Another thing, Steve is clearly pissed, and Ziggy, I'll get to all of it. I show it. You'll get to make your choice. It's still a little odd, still a little weird. If I lost someone $100,000 from brokerage, I'd feel pretty guilty, and am part of the, that's you're part of the responsibility there. So whether or not he sent it to Jorge, whoever the hell Jorge is. And where is Jorge? Can Jeremy or myself or somebody find Jorge?
Money, and you know it. You didn't even send me the money, Steve. So stop telling people You sent me the money because you didn't.
You know who I sent the money to.
Yeah, I do know
You know who I sent the money to.
Okay, was it me? Did you send the money to me?
You know who I sent the money to.
Okay, answer the question, Steve.
Everything came from you. The bank.
This is sheer pissed off. I mean, look at his face right here. Sheer anger. Can't stand this dude right now.
I sent the money to.
Okay, answer the question, Steve.
Everything came from you. The bank accounts came from you.
No,
you
the
had the
bank
card.
account-
You said you had the
Yeah,
card.
he has every
Hey,
right. He has every right, if he feels this, what's happened, to be pretty damn pissed off. Especially 4 months ago, he was coming out saying how he was over it and this was all too much and there was too much shenanigans going on.
Steve, the bank account was not under my name. It was not associated with me. I brokered the deal between you and the other person.
If you're the broker, wouldn't you be responsible?
I did my best, Steve. I got handed the package in the FedEx box and I put my label on it and I dropped it off.
Okay.
That's what happened, Steve. That person handed me the box because I saw the card, or I thought it was the card. It looked like a black Prism Brady to me when I saw it.
It's funny, the conversation.
You know that. You know that. I saw the card. I saw the card. I looked at it front and back.
All right, so I just started the poll. Who do you think's to blame here? We have a couple more videos. What? Oh, here we go. 1, 2. Last video.
I saw the card. I gave the guy another top loader to put it in because the one that he showed it to me in was all messed up. So when I went back to
So, by the way, if you haven't seen or heard the story, I'm sure you're following. I think it's pretty well said, but it's the Brady card, $650,000 deal. Somewhere in there, Steve had wired $100,000. He might have wired $100,000 twice. It was a little hard to understand. So, okay. Bruce is with this guy, Jorge. Jorge owns the card, pulled the card apparently, and somehow the top loader changes. Who the hell knows? It gets sent in a thick top, but by the time it gets sent to Steve, the package has been ripped open, the card is missing, and it's not there. And so, you know, then of course that leads to thoughts of speculation and what the hell's going on. And Steve clearly thinks the image he got was AI. He clearly thinks the card never existed. They had done deals before. So there is a history there. Maybe Bruce knows Steve's good for it. I don't, you never know. You're innocent till proven guilty, but everyone's going to have a take. And definitely interesting story, especially Steve here, Diamond Car Collector, just came off 4 months ago saying he's done with it all. And then for this to happen 4 months late. Now he said, okay, in fairness, he said this was over a year ago. So this was part of 4 months ago when he left. I'm sure this whole ordeal was part of why he left. And I think he said earlier in the interview, like, hey, he's not going to let this experience or a few people ruin, his love for cards in the hobby or industry or space. So, this was all part of why I guess he was leaving, and now he came out with this. So what we got? Let's listen to the rest of their little conversation.
Supposedly get the card from him, Steve. He said, "No, I'm not. I want my."
That's why his fingerprints are on it. That's why his fingerprints.
Of course, that's why my fingerprints are on it, because I handed him another case to put the card in.
Yeah,
I handed him another case to put the card in.
I got a one touch for a thick card in there. That's what I got in the package.
Okay, well, Steve, I'm telling my side of the story. Let me explain it, please. So I saw the card. It looked like the real authentic card to me. So I came back.
I mean, he can't. Put yourself in a time when you were aggravated, trying to keep it together, not lose your shit. That's exactly. Get rid of that comment, Frank, because you can't see his face. Hey, Frank's listening. Frank's the man. Frank's the man. Hit the like button, Frank. Appreciate everything. But look at that face. That is the face you make. And he's just staying like that. It's not frozen like that. He's been like that for seconds, and he will continue like that because he just absolutely can't stand this situation anymore. Absolutely can't listen to this.
I told Steve about it. And then when he sent the money, I went back to the sellers. I went back to the seller's house to get the card. He had it packed up already in a FedEx box. And he handed me the box. I said, the card's in here, right? He goes, yes. I just put my shipping label on the FedEx box and I dropped it off. That's why. That's what happened. I told him to give Steve his money back.
So this is in relation to has he talked to Jorge? So he did, Petty and Orlando are going to come on and make a case, and everyone, just how we, of course, we're going to think certain things. But where is Jorge? And I think Petty's alluding to that Jorge Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn.
Told him, hey, dude, he didn't get the card. What's going on? He kind of gave me the cold shoulder after a while. I think I told Jorge to reach out to Steve. Supposedly they talked on the phone and everything. So, I'm just tired of Steve. He's pissed off at me. I brokered the deal. Okay, but I did not rip him off. I did not take his money.
All right. So he claims he didn't rip him off, did not take the money. The poll's out. Let's see. You could vote now, vote later. I need to take a screenshot of it. Give me 1 sec. We'll do the early results of this poll. Who is to blame here? It's actually not as crazy as you'd think, but we don't have a lot of votes yet. I mean, more votes. We normally get up to about 100. So it's still early on. I just put it up. Go vote. So far, 28 people and only 54% people are going to blame Bruce. So keep an open mind because not everyone's thinking the same way in this situation. So Steve currently has a third, 32% of the blame. Jorge, whoever this Jorge is, 11%. And then, none of you really think it's FedEx's fault, 4%. So we'll get Petty in, we'll get Orlando, we'll get their take. We'll hear who they think is an issue. A voicemail, 702-483-7344. And let's throw Orlando and Petty on and get some conversation going on what's up with this situation. Give me 1 sec. Let me change. Mr. Mike Petty, Mr. Orlando, what's going on? Up, muted. Orlando, can we hear you? I can't hear him.
I can't hear you guys.
Yeah, I can hear Orlando.
Can you hear me now?
Petty. I can hear you now.
Oh, I guess I was muted. Who knew?
Who knew? Hey, is that a new mic?
How do you like it? Are you listening?
You sound great. Great. Orlando's having trouble hearing us right now. So, but I'm sure we'll get that straight.
I wonder why.
Petty,
he had trouble last time too. I think. I don't know if it's something with that call-in thing or what. Anyway, wow, what a deal that guy made for a black finite. I gotta have my finite kaboomy. Oh, I'm so excited. Where do I sign? Where do I send 600K? I mean,
it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
I mean, that is a shitload of money. And
let me ask you a question. For $600,000, if you were picking up cash, would you have if they couldn't wire the cash to you, wouldn't you take the time to spend $1,000 for a flight to go pick up a $600,000 thing?
There's no doubt. I mean, first of all, I would never make a cash deal for that amount. Any amount like that would have to be at the bank, pretty much. You have the card, and then we wire you the money in the bank with the bank there. I mean, I could see sending him initially like $1,000 to his wire to hold the card in lieu of me coming, but to send the guy, as I understand it, was $100,000. I mean, you must be fucked in the head if you're sending $100,000 to some guy named Jorge in Mexico. So
even if you've done past deals with the guy, because he's done past deals with Bruce.
Well, as a younger kid, I was ripped off by a friend of the family, an older guy. He was a real degenerate, great guy and everything, but kind of like a friend of my neighbor. And it was the kind of deal where I think I lent him like $5,000. And he was supposed to pay back $500 a week for every week until it was paid off. And then I think there was the interest was there was like 2 extra weeks. So I was making like $1,000 extra. And, you know, the first time he paid it back just fine. So I made, you know, $1,000. Then the next, he wanted to do it again. And the next time I think I got a couple $1,000 back and then chased the poor guy till he died forever.
Okay,
You know,
I
so,
can hear.
all right.
Hey.
Finally.
There you
Okay,
go.
sorry
So
about
I mean,
that.
anyway, that's part of the deal of a scammer is to earn confidence, you know,
Got it.
of the guy.
Got it.
And that's what it was one of the things that I thought. I mean, if you look at that interview there with Josh, now you had Josh on that panel, who by day, I think not only is he a collector and has an auction house, but he's also an attorney. So he's got a pretty good bullshit meter. And I think if you watched him and some of the things that he said and questions he's asked, you could really get to the bottom. And I got, it's so funny, but you know that guy Piss Ryan that was involved with the scammer with that shill bidding and all that crap?
On the Jordan,
Damned if he doesn't look like a carbon copy of Bruce. And talk the same way. They could be fucking brothers. You know, and it's just some of the things that guy said just irritates me. Also, trying to minimize his involvement by saying, well, I only was going to make $5,000 and I didn't get anything. So let me get this right. You're going to broker a $600,000 deal. You're going to do all that shit that you did and run around for $5,000 and put your reputation, because that's what he's upset about. He put his reputation on the line by pulling that scam. And so it's partially Steve's fault, which it's really hard to blame the victim. But I mean, you got to be more careful. And my bank would never allow it. They give me, when I transfer $15,000, $20,000, I get read the Riot Act by my U.S. bank. And I mean, so he had to try really hard.
I found it interesting because I'm pretty sure throughout the I caught that, you know, he's definitely talking to a lawyer and probably filing a lawsuit, because he definitely mentioned something about a lawyer.
Well, like I would say, he said it was a friend, his friend who's a lawyer. Get yourself a damn lawyer. Go pay the fucking guy to recover your money. Let him be a bulldog and you know, get your money back. Go to the FBI and don't stop until they do something about it. Go to the police, travel, do whatever you have to. Do not let that guy take your money.
I just don't understand. I don't operate in that kind of money, but I'm a paranoid guy. I get paranoid $500, $1,000 I'm sending cards to PSA. Like, why wouldn't you just spend the little extra to go pick the fucking card up somewhere?
It's the dumbest thing ever. San Diego, they could have met in San Diego, have a nice dinner down there, go see a ball game. And
650 grand, yeah, make a thing of it. My goodness.
I mean, it's all over a Tom Brady finite
2012.
Bullshit. What a fucking that should have been the tip off right there. That guy that's collecting that shit is a complete idiot. I'm sorry, Steve, but I mean, when I hear kaboomies come out of your mouth and shit like that, it just makes me fucking laugh.
Yeah,
and frankly, you got what you deserved. And Bruce, you're a fucking asshole.
Orlando, go ahead, Orlando.
You just can't believe anything that Bruce says. I mean, Petty basically said everything I was going to say. I agree with him completely. I mean, even if I was doing a deal with Petty, I wouldn't do it like that through the mail. You got to do those things in person. I've known Petty for 3 years. I'm still not going to have him mail something like that. And you're talking about a card that, you know, nobody has seen. Really, nobody has seen that card, supposedly, except this guy. And then he tells the guy...
He pulled it in Mexico.
Yeah, no. And then he tells the guy that he puts it in a top loader. You're going to put a $500,000 card in a top loader? Come on, guy. Can you believe that? You know, that's gotta
he's
be
a big broker.
Case. Yeah, and the guy's a broker. The guy never owned any of the cards that he sold, Steve. He never owned any of those cards. He brokered them all to the guy. And then he saw the opportunity to take advantage of it because he goes, this guy's easy. He's just sending $100,000 here and there, wiring money back and forth, wherever. I mean, look, guys, this has been going on for over a year now. And this guy hasn't even contacted the FBI, the police, hasn't gone down. Obviously, he's got to know the house where both of these guys live, you know? And I'd be at this guy's doorstep with the FBI in tow, checking out the guy and telling him, hey, where's my money? And I think that what happened with the money is it never went to this Jorge guy in Mexico. That was just all a scam. Somehow he set up some accounts
Allegedly.
to go to allegedly. Yeah, there's all allegedly. It's all our opinion.
Yeah,
of
we don't
course.
know how he did
Yeah,
it.
We don't know. It's all, whatever we're saying. Is
And
our
your
opinion.
opinion's not far fetched. It's pretty.
The other thing was he said that
Doesn't make any sense.
some of the things he said, Steve, like the misspellings in the text messages from both Jorge and Bruce the Magnificent were the similar and the same. So he was making like the same spelling errors and the same patterns and things of that nature.
Same guy.
So that's
I don't
where
even
he.
think,
yeah.
I don't even believe that there's a Jorge out there, in my opinion.
I doubt it.
just
I
think
doubt
it's
it.
just
There is too.
This guy, Bruce, he's done all these deals with this guy, and this was his chance to make a quick $500,000. And he took advantage of it. And, you know, the card really, he's the only one that says he saw the card, but the pictures they say they're all AI generated pictures. So
Yeah,
where's
and
the
they
real
asked him,
picture? Where's the
did you
real
take,
card?
David Chase asked him, did you take a picture of the card when you saw it in person? Like, why wouldn't you just even want to take a picture of it for fun? Forget the fact that you are brokering, if this is your profession or you're making money in this endeavor. I mean, I'm a broker. I would never do this to a customer like this. I'm not a card broker, but I broker services.
Yeah. And then what Petty says, come on, are you going to make $5,000 on a $500,000 deal?
I mean, if that's me, I'm going to make $100,000 minimum.
Well,
because
least
frankly, he owes Steve the fucking money, $500,000.
Yeah.
In my
Did
opinion,
he sent the whole thing to him or not the whole thing?
He sent it in portions, I guess 100 here, 100 there, but it ended up being, you know, over $500,000 at the end.
Wow.
You know,
So
but
let me ask you both.
It's like selling a house. Come on, the mortgage guy or the realtor's not going to make $5,000 on a $500,000 house. That's ridiculous.
That's part of the scam is minimizing his involvement from the beginning and how much, because he's a good guy for only taking 5,000.
Yeah. And then he says that he has other people that vouch for him. Who? He never said who would vouch for him.
All his friends, all his big high flying friends.
All his friends. Yeah, all his friends. Who are his friends?
Well, they're probably
somebody else, you know.
Probably big names that we all know.
Yeah, it was Steve. That's the only guy that he's been doing deals with for all these times. Apparently, he sold him a whole bunch of deals that he's brokered already, and this guy's an easy take right here. So I mean, it's just all.
And I thought Steve really handled himself so well on the show and confronting the guy again. And, you know, he was on for a long time. So I guess his camera died or what. Actually, you know, it was nice that we just got to hear Bruce's side. But I mean, that cannot be any more sickening. He has a special needs kid, you know, and I mean,
but then
anyway.
Bruce also made an excuse there that he couldn't go see him because he has a special needs kid. Oh,
that was
Steve.
You know? That was Steve, I believe, who had that right. He couldn't set the deal up.
You don't make an excuse like that. You
take
the kid with you or whatever you got to do,
right.
Or find something, put them in a place where they're going to take care of them. You're only going to be gone you fly in and fly out. It's not going to be a whole day thing, you know? I mean, come on. There's no excuse for not going over there in person, doing the deal in person, and seeing the guy and seeing the card. Look, I know a friend of mine, and you know Tony Southern Collector, did a huge deal. He flew down to Tampa, went to the bank,
with a friend
who's an ex-cop that had a gun with him just in case. All right. And they also called the cops to be in the parking lot of the bank. And the deal was, you know, a fifth of the deal that this guy did there. You know,
he did mention he lost his rationale in the beginning of, you know, I think that's important because people get caught up so easy, but he was so excited and so in it. And he'd done deals with, he said his rationale portion of his brain went away. But I do want to ask you a rational portion. I want to ask you both. Let's play the hypothetical. It's all on the up and up. You know, Bruce is the guy that knows both parties. Both parties don't really know each other. Isn't Bruce, by brokering the deal, isn't what part of responsibility, even if it was all good, it seems to me, just thinking about it, yeah, he's still semi-responsible here. He's the one that knows.
Well, he had a choice, okay? As a broker. Is he a dealer or a broker or what the hell is he? Or
he's the middleman. I feel like he's
is he his
the guy that
friend?
knew both.
If he's the middleman, he should have bought the fucking card himself. And then he should have sold the card the second time over.
Well, I don't know.
You don't try to get in the
for a friend. I don't know if I make the deal between the two
Well, then
guys.
all he has to do is why not? Like if it was me and I found a card for Orlando, let's say, and somebody had it, I'm not going to get in the middle of the deal. I'm going to hand the guy over to Orlando direct and say, here, this guy, do with what you please with it. This is his information. You can scope him out. And that way I'm not responsible. I'm, somewhat responsible for, I would vouch for him by giving him the lead.
Rhonda, I completely agree with you.
But
Rhonda.
I'm certainly not going to broker, or else I broker the deal myself.
Yeah.
And I make the money. And I would never even do that with a friend. And these guys were friends. They're friends of the hobby. You know what I mean?
Especially knowing that this guy is in Mexico. Come on. I mean, you're not going to go ahead and say, I'm going to go. Hey, buddy, you're a good friend of mine. So why don't you wire money over to Mexico?
And I'm not going to meet you in Mexico. You meet me in San Diego.
Right.
At the damn Hard Rock
Well,
Cafe.
no. Rhonda had the best take. If I'm going to pay $650,000, you deliver it to my fucking door.
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with that either.
Or come to my town.
Yeah.
You want the money, you come see me at my house.
Come to see me at my bank.
Yeah, at my bank, exactly. You go to the bank and you watch the money being transferred right there, or give the guy a cashier's check, whatever it is. But you do that at the bank with people watching there, with security there. You look at the card in hand before you let go of any money. I'm not going to send somebody money without having the card or seeing the card.
Yeah. There was a guy I spoke with over the weekend. He wanted to talk to me about some home run derby cards that he's been searching for him, and a whole set came up. And we talked about it. And he didn't tell me the final price, but I assume it was probably, I don't know, 30 to 50,000, maybe more. And he's going from the East Coast, and he's going to fly into Pittsburgh and go pick him up and pay for him there. He's not having him send him in the mail and wiring them across. So, and I've done, with auction houses, I've had $50,000 cards come in the mail before. It's stressful. You know, I mean, I got to tell you,
it is stressful, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
But you're also dealing with an auction house,
right? You know that's going to be legit, and if it doesn't get there, it's insured, for real insured, and the auction house will give you the money back. But and then you got the guy saying, well, you know me, I wouldn't do that to you. You're a friend, and he's kind of telling the guy that, I would never do that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't, it's like the guy that says, well, let me be honest with you. Well, right there, they're not going to be honest with you, I mean, come on.
That's the first things you look for. Let me be honest.
Exactly. That's the sign, I mean, I was in sales. I know you too.
Yeah.
When the guy's going to tell you, well, let me be honest. That means he's been lying to you the whole time. It's like the guy, he constantly kept telling the guy, oh, I wouldn't do that. We're a friend, and I would never do that to you, and this and that. Come on,
No,
anyway.
So, I want to also throw out, because no matter how it happened, what happened, you have to feel bad for Steve. I mean, no matter how it happened, the dude seems to have lost quite a bit of money that I don't know if he'll recover. It's been a shitty situation. If he has to recover it, it's going to have to go to lengths of a
he said
situation.
he said he would recover, but he also sold a lot of cards in his collection to get that money. So it wasn't.
Will he get the money back?
He won't get it back. No. There's no way he's going to get, and he's not going to get any of his cards.
He lost all that
back.
money.
He lost all those cards.
He said, really, it's way more millions he lost, because that card has gone up along with the cards he sold.
Right.
To get that card.
Oh, in the last year and a half. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the guy was also a little greedy there, because he thought, I'm getting a hell of a deal with this card. It's $500,000, and it's going to be a $5 million card. So he also was a little bit greedy with that.
That's the way scams happen, right?
Exactly.
I mean, when something is too good to be true, it usually is.
And look, guys, it's been over a year, and the guy still, I mean, I feel bad for him, but he hasn't contacted the police. He hasn't contacted the FBI. He hasn't done any of that.
And I give it to him for having balls.
You know that for sure? He is not? That's a lot of money not to do that.
He's got an attorney, a friend or something that's looking into it. But he said he never contacted the FBI.
Well, that's weird.
Or the police.
Josh asked him at the end, he says he's going to the National and he wants to see Jeremy, wants to meet everybody. I mean, that would be the last guy that I would want to meet. I'm just knowing
but
him.
Why? Well, my question now is no. On the Steve part, it makes me question, why has he not taken more of a proactive approach? That's kind of weird. That makes
sometimes
me think something else is
maybe
fishy.
he feels, like an idiot because he did it.
Well, I mean,
just
wouldn't
saying.
You fight for $500,000.
I certainly would.
Normally, all of us would. Give me a break. It doesn't make sense.
500,000 or 650, whatever the amount was. I'll be an idiot. Now listen,
Snyder, we understand you don't believe it. I've read it for 25 minutes.
From the beginning, there were issues. Remember, he said first that he sent like 100,000 first, and something happened with that money, and he had to contact his bank, and then he sent another 100,000, and there was another problem there.
Yeah, on the first
right
try.
from the beginning, there were signs, there were issues, there were problems. But the
like
guy
I said,
continued to send
the
more
bank
and more money.
The bank really goes over this with you on the wire to make sure that the guy, to make sure they'll ask you what it's for, and you say baseball card, they'll cut your account. Like they blocked my account 3 times last year alone. Over one was a wire transfer, and 2 were very minor Zelle transfers. So to people that I had just added that day. One was for 300, one was for 600, and they blocked my bank account for 2 days. No matter who I talked to, no matter what they did, they could not, get me access to my account again. That's how strict they are right now.
We have a caller below, but Petty and Orlando, every time they come on, have gotten screwed with other callers. So I wanted to make sure while we're here, he's been down there a minute. So I'm not.
Who's the other caller? Who's the other caller?
Collection firm. Go ahead, Orlando.
Who's the collection firm?
Ziggy's response. He says there's no recourse. Ziggy, even if there is no recourse,
what the fuck is Kahana?
You still have to make an attempt. You still got to go to contact the authorities, let them know what's happening. You got to follow the money. And
it's
the
weird.
Bank knows exactly where the money went. And we'll track George or Jorge and see who this guy is. Question him on that.
At first, I thought, while doing the editing and watching, listening, reading comments, okay, Bruce is kind of suspect here. But it really throws a wrench in my thinking that $500,000 is not $500. Most people would fight for $50,000, maybe even $5,000. So, I mean, Ziggy was
would
out
fight
there
for $500. I would spend $2,000, $3,000. Yeah, I mean,
making a video for $50 calling someone out. So
you'd be surprised.
$500,000. That's fish. That's weird. That makes me think.
Hey,
that's weird.
Petty, if somebody tries to rip me off, I don't care if it's $500 and I have to spend $1,000.
If I spend $100 and I get ripped off.
Yeah, because you know what? You want that guy to know and never do it again. This guy, Bruce, is still out there. He's still doing deals. He's still brokering deals, and I think that's ridiculous. He can rip off some more guys easily.
Is there any there's also these are all hypothetical. There's a hypothetical the first deals were good and real, and now he's down on his luck or needs money, and he's, he concocted this. Again, hypothetical. So maybe it wasn't always with the plan of, and I like what Petty said, to build trust, but, it's also people fall
maybe
down
this
on
guy,
their luck.
George, just maybe he just flim-flammed them both.
Who's Jorge? We need to.
Jorge.
That's who needs. Who is this guy? That's the mystery question of the night.
Jorge Alvarez from Tijuana, Mexico. Donkey show, $15.
Why hasn't Bruce given Jorge's address? Obviously, he went to see the card, and he knows where Jorge lives.
Josh asked him, when you come into Chicago, would you mind talking to the police? And he said, no, I don't want to talk to the police. They should have already come to me. So why should I go talk to why should I report it to the police?
It's $500,000.
Why wouldn't you want to help your friend out who accused you of stealing the money from him? He's basically at this point accusing him, which I think, you don't do that lightly.
It's a weird story. The more you dig in and think about it, it is an interest odds. So you both think, just to understand, you both are under the assumption Bruce made up Jorge and Bruce just concocted a way to make some money here.
Yeah, I agree with Collector Charles right there. I think that Jorge and Bruce is the same guy. We've never seen Jorge.
Einhorn is Finkel.
Is there a picture of Jorge? I would ask, Bruce to show me a picture of Jorge. If you've met him, if you talked to him, you've been to his house or whatever, you got the card. Let's see Jorge.
Yeah, that's so funny. And he says that, he's given Jorge the information to call him. Like Jorge is going to call him.
All right, so in 10 minutes, I have scheduled Collector, sports card investigator. So I think can we add the firm to continue this conversation?
I don't know who the guy is. Let's add him. Bring him on.
All right, the firm, what do you have? What's your opinion?
Good evening, gentlemen. First of all, Petty, you don't know who the fuck I am because you got me blocked. So if you unblock me,
how did I block
a lot of
you?
people.
I don't know. I think I was
on
on one of the vintage guys. I forget his name, but he was on the show.
Generally, don't block anybody.
All right, I'm just telling you, I don't have no problems with you.
All right,
but nobody's talked about like SWIFT codes and ISO laws. You cannot send a fucking international wire because I do international debt collection without having not only his full fucking name, phone numbers, a full address internationally. They're going to want an invoice on both sides. So to me, I think this is likely a gambling debt or something that he's paying off other than a card because whenever you use some sort of excuse to garner sympathy, like having a special needs kid, and I'm not trying to downplay or not say that that's not something that you should have empathy for. When you use that as an excuse, that's usually a red flag for bullshit.
Well, that's a great point too. I mean, you make some great points there.
Obviously, the guy did send some money because Bruce admitted that the money was wired.
I mean,
Probably
Bruce looks like he
wired
gets testosterone from fucking Tijuana. So, I mean, at the end of the day,
wired to Tijuana, it was probably wired to Bruce.
but there's only a few big banks like HSBC. I don't know. Maybe now there's Bank of America, Wells Fargo down there, but there's not that many banks that are going to take six-figure wires. And number two is no banks, like you said, Petty, they want fucking blood. And you're fucking like, it's not, they even question me when I receive money internationally. Like,
absolutely.
Yes.
And there's no joking around with them either. I mean,
no, when you put in a SWIFT code and these fucking governments, and they always talk about the back office at the Fed whenever I get these wires, it's like they have a fucking magnifying glass. They're trying to stop money laundering. They're trying to stop drug networks. You can't send six figures and not fucking know where the fuck it's going and basically have a fucking full fucking dossier on the guy,
which would be so easy to track him down.
Right. And if he didn't call the cops, he's full of shit. I'm just going to say.
So there could be, I mean, like I said, there's enough blame on both sides. If you looked at that poll, 30% Steve and 55% Bruce.
So now
add them together and then it's both their fault.
I mean, I was looking at their demeanors and their body language when they were both on with Jeremy Lee. I think, and Ziggy, we should all give credit to Jeremy Lee because to get both those guys on there, that's fucking pretty incredible. But
let's give I agree. By the way, yes, give credit. Yes. Hold on. Ultimate Victory normally is quick and has a good Ultimate Victory. Go ahead.
I'm not going to be quick at all. I think you're a fucking asshole, this guy on here. I know the guy. Listen, Steve's a good guy, and to come on here
and tell him to show the paperwork.
You're an idiot, dude. First of all,
not. There's paperwork. Where's the fucking
what do you do for a living? I'm in the legal field.
I'm an international debt collector, and I deal with fucking
that's
lawyers
ridiculous.
That
And you've never sent a wire. You're full of shit.
Bullshit. I've got more international wires than you in the past year. I bet.
You have to let each other talk.
Argue, but you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Secondly, I just want to say, Bruce, I want to trust that guy with the bologna sandwich. Okay, I mean, I know, Diamond Card Collector, great guy. I'm saying, me personally, it's like Orlando said. You scam me $100, I'm gonna slit your throat. As far as I mean,
I didn't send that wire without having.
What I'm saying is, listen, I'm just saying. A Diamond Card Collector is a good man. He's not lying about, private stuff to come on here and talk about, this guy is using an excuse with the kid. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Oh, wait, hold on. I have a question. Ultimate Victory. Why is there not more proactive stuff?
Listen,
I'm not saying he's a bad guy. It just makes
show the paperwork.
Hasn't he pushed further on $500,000?
Listen, I don't know. Listen, what I can tell you is the FBI is, I would probably tell you the FBI is definitely involved. They don't just like, they take their time, and it's not like a joke to them. These people, they're gonna raid this guy's house at 4 a.m. You're gonna see him in handcuffs. He's gonna be on the front of professional sports cards in a week.
Shit in Mexico. You must not know how international law works.
All right, so go. You could say your piece. Ultimate Victor, great call. The firm. What do you? Because you made some
everything he's saying is deflecting from the fucking paperwork. Just like if you get arrested, just like I've sent wires, even domestically, you have to fucking fill out 3 pages. There's no wires without all the information of this guy, including a last name and a physical address, and it can't be a fucking PO box.
The firm. He sent the money because the guy.
No. But how did he send it? He needed to fill out a wire form, like Petty said.
Right.
Or you can do it on the phone. You know,
no, you can't send 100 grand on the phone. You got to go in over 10 grand.
Oh, okay, that's very possible. I mean, I don't know. I've
have to go to the bank and do that personally.
Yeah. I just did a wire transfer wasn't for baseball cards, but it was for 35,000, and I did it on the phone. But it was bank to bank.
Domestically.
Listen, I sold a 52 mantle about 8 months ago. I did not need any information other than the guy's first name and the account number. So, I mean, that's all. I can only tell you from experience.
For how much money?
It was over 50 grand. I can tell you that.
But it was domestic. International
it was
changes
domestic.
everything.
I will give you
International changes everything. That's why
I will give you that. I will give you that. All right, fair enough.
Ultimate Victory, Mike.
And listen, I don't have any hate to you, Ultimate Victory. Just don't.
No, neither do I. I can tell you this guy is. I've done a lot of deals. He's a good man. He's a great guy. And unfortunately, I think, this Bruce guy, he's just, he's done deals. This guy doesn't mess around with little deals. This is like $100,000 deals. So I mean, you do one deal with a guy for a large amount of money. I might have done the same thing. I don't know.
But you send 100 grand, then you send another one, then you send a third one. Like, come on, bend over and.
We don't know the situation either.
Ultimate Victory.
No, but that's why I say let's see the paperwork.
Ultimate Victory, you're thinking there is some things in the background at play, checking on this, or so be it.
Oh, 100%. At this point, I think I can't speak to it, but I would absolutely believe the FBI is involved, and they make sure they got their homework done before they do anything, especially internationally like that. Like, remember when Tom Brady's jersey got stolen in the locker room?
They found him in Mexico.
It took like a year to get that done, and like 2 years. Right. This is what's going to happen. You're going to see Bruce on the with handcuffs. The guy. Did you see him talk? The guy's got like the guy's straight.
The FBI's involved. Not unless Steve wants him involved, and it doesn't sound like he got him involved.
I don't know. I mean, I would play coy. I wouldn't be tipping Bruce off. I'll tell you that.
Bruce said not to say anything because that's probably what they would tell him to say. But you don't say that. But he specifically and explicitly said he did not get authorities involved.
Well, I mean, if I did, I wouldn't tell anyone either. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be on YouTube telling them how I'm going to get my money back. But
right, Snyder, what do you want to add to this?
I just want to say one thing. $10,000 is the trigger. Any business transaction that I've been a part of in industry that I'm in, and fire alarms and commercial fire alarms, anytime we've ever done anything over $10,000, we've had to have paperwork trail. Petty is correct. You have to have that paperwork. If you don't, it's BS. Something's wrong here. Something doesn't quite smell right.
You're saying internationally?
I've had to do it domestically for over 10, but maybe
I literally gave a first name and an account number. I never needed to do anything other than that when I did a wire.
Did you give it to your banker? Or you did it all from like bank to bank on your app?
Bank to bank on the app.
Was it to the same bank?
No.
My app never allows me to do that. They make
I can't either.
And then I have to provide.
I think
the bank information, the bank address, and the customer's name, their address, or whoever it's going to. I mean, it's a pretty. There's
international wires are much more in depth. You need full addresses, full names. They want fucking passport photos. I'm not lying.
Wow, those I've never done, so I don't know exactly how they work. But you guys both make great points.
Can I make one more comment real quick? It's got nothing to do with this story.
Yep.
Did you see Jeremy bring up the point about it? Jeremy, love the show. Do you see the point Jeremy made about them great PSA creating the card that's like destroyed on the front, where he kind of theorizes that they're not even looking at the cards. They're so backed up. They're just throwing tens on cards. They didn't even give a shit. But all right, you all have a great night.
About NBA,
Hey,
Mike
great
Baker,
call,
because I think that
great
plays
call.
into this.
Good
call.
Very
call.
good call. What's happening here? Can anyone get over there? Why can't I put a person over there? All right. Let's see. Let's do this. The Firm, Orlando, Snyder. I'm not even up there.
Kick me out, man. Send me home.
Well, you made a good point there, Dave.
Yeah.
Hey,
there
who the
has
hell
to be
knows what's
some
going on?
paperwork
I need a.
somewhere,
Okay.
And I'd love to see the paperwork, but nobody's shown the paperwork. But
I'm just a
even
plebe.
without showing the paperwork, the money was transferred, obviously, because they both
Can't hear you,
that
Orlando.
it went, and they both said that they got the money. So the money was transferred, but no, we have not seen the paperwork.
All right, gentlemen, I have sports card investigator. We're going to continue the conversation. You want to stay on with them in the beginning?
I'd like to meet him, sure.
All right. Yeah, he hasn't called in yet. Dude. This is a great conversation. Crazy. There are a lot of good points. It's an interesting story. I mean, that's just no doubt about it. A very, very interesting story.
I think gambling's involved. That's just my personal opinion.
Gambling.
Well, he
Firm,
says
anything else?
that the guy was in debt, gambling debt. And
No, I mean, about this specific story, no. I think Orlando or Petty, unblock me. But besides that, I'm good.
I wouldn't know how to do that.
All right. The Firm, I'm going to talk with Petty and Orlando because I scheduled, but thank you for calling in. Let's talk
Hey, thanks,
soon.
Firm. I'll try. I'll figure it out.
Hey, great call from both you guys.
Yeah.
And also they went at each other at the beginning, but then they ended with they don't hate each other. It's all
and they
good.
both made good points that were different.
Points.
So I mean, you put all that together, and I think that really gives you an idea where we are as a group.
Yeah,
here, and
except
it's a hobby.
Petty doesn't know how to block anybody. That's the only thing that I agree with.
I don't know how to unblock, so that's why I don't block.
Yeah.
Every time I put Orlando, it kicks him back. All right, so Andy's below, and he'll continue the conversation because he said prior, I asked him if he had knowledge about this, and he said he kind of has a different take, and maybe we've heard his take already, and maybe we haven't. So Andy, very nice to meet you. Welcome. And how you doing?
Good. I got to catch up on my other one. Hold on a second.
What do you say there, Four Eyes?
Hey, Andy.
Oh,
what you used to call Jabberwocky?
Jabberwocky.
So Andy, what is your take, or what is your what do you see as different, or what is your slant on this whole story we've been talking about?
well, you guys have hit it like on the head, and looking at it from a total, maybe different, I don't know, angle. It's really not, because Petty and Orlando, you guys are right on the money. There's no way this deal's done without a verification. That's the bottom line, and I just can't, express that anymore. I mean, it's got to be a verified situation before you even go forward. And as far as like you guys were saying about the police or the FBI being involved, it is. We don't know if it is or isn't, but you're talking about another country, and there's a lot of things that go into play there.
What do you say to the so we don't know if Diamond Collector has pushed harder on, because it feels like if it's $500,000, you'd push pretty hard to get it back.
Oh, 100%. I just can't fathom the amount of trust. I don't want to say, it's more of human nature of why somebody would do this to actually go through. But I would have everybody, if I lost that kind of money, not even that kind of money, if I lost like a fraction of that kind of money, I would be going across every mountain and ocean to see what I could get back. It just, none of it makes sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, it really doesn't. I mean, it's hard to believe that the money changed hands. Where did it go? And then maybe the guy feels, if Jorge is a real person, maybe he feels, well, I sent him the card, and so that there's not much more I could do. I insured it. He gave it to the other idiot. Again, the chain of custody there. Where does his, involvement lie? So it's a really rough situation, but I mean, we definitely need the legal community to take a look at it, and I think they'll get to the bottom of it to at least find out where they're at. And
it's a really tough situation because if you really, I don't know if you had a chance to really like dissect the whole interview, which Jeremy did a good job with, and then there were some other people that were asking questions that did a good job. But I mean, some things that just as soon as like I think Steve said, what was it? Something like I shut down my rational thinking, and that kind of went down this whole rabbit hole of what happened next, where it's like I need this card so bad, I'm going to just dismiss my own common sense and what I would normally do to do what I can to get this. Now with Jorge, I still don't know if he actually saw the card or not, if he physically saw the card, because if he said I saw it, I think he just said it was in the box, or he took the guy's word for it.
Bruce said that he held it for 10 minutes, didn't he? Orlando?
Yeah, that's a big
one
point. Like, who the fuck? Yeah, who holds a card for 10 minutes?
Well, that's
a huge weird thing.
And then when he went back, it was already wrapped up.
No, not only did he see the card, but he didn't take an actual picture of the card. So the only thing they had was that supposedly AI image of the card, and then they packed the card, but he's not watching the guy pack the card.
He handed it to him. He handed him the package and said, "Here," and then Bruce put the label on it.
Yeah, this will take
top loader and hands it back and doesn't watch him put it in the box.
Yeah,
doesn't make any sense.
I would tell you from an investigative part of someone who's done investigations out of the country, this is not a 10-minute thing or a year thing. This would take a while to do, because you're going to have to get, buy-in on both sides. And there's no evidence really that if there's wire fraud or whatever it is, it's got to be coordinated on both ends. But there's so many things, if you look at that interview, that just don't. I know you guys, I heard you talking. I would have someone go down and pick the card up. There's no way that you're going to do insurance, which I don't even, it just doesn't seem,
not in a private deal like that. It just doesn't make any sense at all.
It's a lot of money.
No. I mean,
that's
crazy.
why I gotta blame, and I hate to blame the buyer,
right,
Steve, but you kind of have to.
And does this card ever exist? I mean, we don't even know that it ever even existed.
In person, you got to do a deal like that in person.
Mm-hmm. What comes back to me is, and it even comes away, and I think you guys would agree, it comes away from the whole, like, forget the monetary of it. It's like he needed that card so bad, he didn't care. He just whatever rational thinking, that's gone. And it's almost funny that if you go back and listen to it, and I could be wrong, and this is just, as far as what I can remember, he said something like, Jorge, he knew I was looking for this card, and Jorge knew someone with the card, and then he just kind of like went down that hole. And
Ziggy, call in and get Ziggy.
The story was that he pulled the card. The guy Jorge pulled the card in Mexico. A card that nobody even knows if it existed.
Hit the link, Ziggy.
And Bruce had a list of the cards that he knew that Steve wanted. So it's sort of like
a broker.
Yeah, he's a broker.
Broker or middleman?
There's no evidence of a crime right now. There's not. We just don't know what happened.
Probably right.
Well, something happened. There's a crime somewhere, depending. We just don't know who.
Right.
There is a crime. There's a card missing. Expensive.
Collector Charles makes a point here too, that the card wasn't even graded. So you're going to spend $600,000 in Mexico. And Andy, you make a point here that the thing that struck you is that he was just so excited that all his rationale just went out the window. But I mean, guys, I've been collecting a long time. I've got some beautiful cards. I've been excited about a lot of them. I've never once lost my rationale over a card.
I could see how people do it though.
Needing it so bad.
I could see.
I need this black piece of shit so bad of Tom Brady, who's a piece of shit in his own right.
And
then I have to go travel across the world. I won't even go get in a plane for $600,000.
Ziggy.
All right, let's get Ziggy on.
Yeah, Ziggy, you have a contrarian take, and I think it would add to the conversation. So we all want you to hit the link, and then
Come on,
maybe in
Ziggy
10
Stardust,
minutes,
get your ass on here.
Yeah,
I
we love
scheduled
Ziggy.
Andy, so I feel bad. Andy, well, I have a few questions. Whenever this,
Nah, don't worry
chaos
about it.
Well,
ends,
we
yeah,
can
all right,
take
all right.
off.
No, it's
I can
fine.
go and
Let's
let
see
you
if
guys
Ziggy
talk.
calls in. I don't know what Ziggy's up to, so maybe he can't
Okay.
right now, but I'd be very curious to see if Ziggy hits the link or anyone else that wants to add to this conversation, because I think we've kind of ran our course and we're semi not repeating, but we're getting to that point. So Ziggy, the link is there. It's saved. It's posted here. I'll put it right now in the chat, Ziggy. So, but it is posted. I'll drop it right now here. Copied and there it is. So I can't type. All right. Well, I just put it in. So Ziggy, call in. Let's hear your contrarian take. We can respond, and then we'll move on to asking Andy some questions. And gentlemen, thank you for calling in. Oh, NBA stickers, I fucking can't stand.
The real question is, and I'll let Mike and Orlando and Professor, the real question is, and it would solve a lot of things, is what was independently verified? If we just knew those facts, then you would have all the answers. But so far, no one has been able to tell us what was actually verified.
Well, what was verified is the money was sent, because they both agreed that the money was sent, and a box was sent.
Well, as far as the card verification, that's all I care about. What was verified with the card?
Repeat that or say that one more time. I was throwing 3 people just called. I was talking. Explain that. It was very simple and I just missed it.
The only thing that should concern anyone is forget about, I know it's easy to say forget about the money. It was so much money. What was verified as far as the card? Who verified it? What was verified
physically? Who saw it?
Who saw it? Who saw it placed in the box? Who had custody of it before it was even, thinking about being sold? That's all you have to know. And if you have that, then that's going to solve.
Bruce saw the card. Bruce saw the card. Steve only got a picture of the card, which was apparently he thought it was an AI version of the card.
He's very adamant about that.
And then when the package was handed to Bruce, it was already sealed, and all Bruce did was put a label on it. He didn't even think about pulling it out. How's it packaged? I got to pull. I mean, that was just stupid right there, not reopening the box. So that's why what leads me to believe either you're a complete idiot or you're a liar.
Mike, if you're brokering that deal, you just hit it on the head. If you're brokering that deal, it's just like, I won't get it. If you're brokering that deal, you get there and you're like, okay, great. This is my reputation now. This is a $500,000 card or whatever it is. I'm sorry. I got to open this up. We got to look at it. And then we got to go from there. That's all that had to be done.
And you get your ass on the plane and you go deliver the fucking card.
100%.
And take a picture of the card with you, at least showing you got the card.
Right.
Hey, Jim, comment of the night. John Boy needs to break this scam down. Ziggy, you have kind of a contrarian take, or at least based off comments.
Yeah, I mean, so I watched the video, and again, putting all this together, my understanding is this guy came back after being gone for 6 or 7 months. I have been through some incidents in my own life and helped some other people. You have to have evidence of a crime. Right. Imagine going down to the police station and explaining what happened. They're going to sit there and go, so you got a box? What was in the box? Where's the video? Like, there's no evidence. This guy says nothing to stand on. How do you know he didn't steal the card himself? Like, there's no crime.
Is that the great curator behind you?
That's Jeremy, and I think that's Dustin. I think that is a great curator.
Holy, I thought so. Okay, hilarious.
But, my point is, I'm not trying to be a dick. I just think eventually when Bruce went to law enforcement, they basically sat down and said, sir, you sent money. And like we've said, all these mistakes he made, they probably said to him, you don't have a case. And that is why
to Steve, you mean?
Yeah,
Steve.
to Steve. So Steve's coming back to the hobby. He gets on the show on live, and then he's confronted by Bruce. He did drop off, said his battery was broken. But I'll be honest, dude, when you make a mistake like that, and we've all made mistakes, it just sucks. You have to swallow that. And I just think, I don't think there's any FBI involved. Like what, because like the firm said, all that would be easy to see. Is the money moving? Did you could check Bruce's accounts to see, did he get the money? Is he using it? Did he buy a new car? This is an easy case if you had an actual crime, but I don't think there's a crime.
Well, there's a crime somewhere. There's a $600,000 card. Again, someone lost $500,000 somewhere. FedEx, somewhere there's a crime.
But again, to legally, there was no crime. You see what I'm saying? FedEx could have stolen it. Bruce could have stolen it. Like, why do you open a box that expensive off of a camera? That's another quick lesson. I'll tell you that If you're opening a box, have some witnesses, have a video. Like, there's just so many things. My whole point is this: I just think it sucks. And like the hobby, often scammers get away more times, like 90% of the time, guys, they get away without any punishment. None. I mean, think about that. The card porn guy, the Dallas card show. Like, this is why I don't understand. Like, God bless you guys who spend lots of money on cards because you keep the economy going for us. I could never do that. I just never could.
It's
and again,
hard.
I'll say thank you to Petty. I'm a big fan of Petty and Orlando.
Yeah,
it's great to see you after so many years. Great to see all you guys.
All right, good point, Ziggy.
Well, it feels like we need to follow you with your best friend Charles.
Absolutely.
Charles, go ahead. What's your take on this whole
Look at that
situation?
hat. That thing's beat to hell.
I've had this thing for 15 years, Petty.
Well, hopefully they win.
Well, they won in 2016, so there's
You're
that.
lucky you have that hat since 2006, huh?
Yeah, I've had it since college, actually.
All right, so your take.
There's no Jorge. Bruce is Jorge. Bruce 100% frauded this guy out of his money. There was never a card. There was never anything. He just simply got frauded out of the money. And I'm with collection firm. When you're transferring that much money, you have to have some kind of paper trail. It's that simple, especially if it's international. And there's just so many red flags. It's like, where do you start as far as like what to do? But then if you go to the FBI, they're going to look at you like you don't have anything except a story. You have nothing to go on.
Well, if you wired all that money.
Well, I mean, he can show the proof that he sent the money to them, but like, what'd you send it for? It could be for drugs. It could be for weapons. Who knows? Though, I mean,
let George prove that he at least had the card. I mean, he must have a scan or he must have something.
What Bruce said is he saw this guy with a dozen boxes opened and the card was there, right? And he said he held the card in his hand for 10 minutes. But you get the package.
10 minutes. Get the fuck out of here.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
Who the hell I know, but that's another
too
red flag. Who the
specific.
hell holds a
Yeah, that's
10 minutes?
That's way too specific.
30
That's the first
seconds
one.
you hold the card. A minute.
That's the first
card
one.
for 10 minutes.
Especially it's not even in a slab. I mean, you just don't hold the card.
That's
that
the
long.
second
That's
red
kinda
flag.
weird,
You don't have that slab. You don't have any kind of cert number or something to track that. The first thing I'm saying is that card needs to be graded. And then once it's graded, we'll talk money. That's easy.
One quick comment I'll make too that I want to emphasize. I don't mean to be a dick, but I think we talk about his rationale. He wanted the card. Part of that was he thought he was getting a good deal. He knew that $500,000 was worth a lot more. So he thought he was robbing the guy selling the card. I don't mean robbing. He's like,
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Hustling. Yeah.
He was
trying to get a hustle going.
This is again, it goes into our hobby. If he had gotten that card and then flipped it for $5 million, the other guy'd be bitching. But this is the hobby that we live in, dude. It is fucking The Walking Dead. Stab anybody you can in the back, eat their food, cut their leg off. No one gives a shit. And I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's a shit show. This is a shit show. I'm surprised that Jeremy Lee, frankly, even had this going on because that's usually not his kind of show.
Well, it happened. Some of that stuff, people say, oh, it just happens organically. And that's always when it's best. Like, he didn't know that thing had gone on 2.5 hours before this dude called in. And so sometimes so
he's a regular watcher.
Manufacture it. It just that kind of stuff happens organically.
It was also, if you watch early on, Jeremy and the whole chat, we're all bashing this guy. This guy's scum of the earth. The guy who scammed him. We're all just calling this guy the worst human being you can. And then he knocks on the door and says, "Hey, I'm here." And I again applaud Jeremy. He vetted him. He brings him on. He listens to him. And the guy shows his face. I mean, I'll tell you again, if it was me, I'd make T-shirts of that guy's face and put it all over the national media. This guy scammed me out of $500,000, and I'd destroy his reputation. I mean,
Steve said he had receipts for all the conversations and texts they've had too. But what good does that do? There's no card. There's no proof of anything. They said that they filed the claim with FedEx and it was denied.
Yeah,
but wouldn't there be text messages of him? Finally, it put me on. Wouldn't there be text messages of the sale? The proof of the sale, that wouldn't
proof of the
be
wire at
evidence
least
of-
because he sent $100,000.
I sent the money for this Brady card. We know it's not for drugs because it should be in messages somewhere that the deal was for the card.
It was.
There needs to be a paper trail of some kind, and if he can't provide that, then Steve's shit out of luck.
I'd assume there is. I assume there has to be.
But why wouldn't you mention that in the conversation? Like that'd be the first thing I would say. Be like, buddy, I've got a paper trail that I sent you this money.
Well,
I don't
it
have a
seems like
card.
he was afraid of saying certain things based off what the lawyer friends tell him.
True. Yeah, there may be attorneys involved and all that crap, but
there's no case. I'm gonna drop off. I'm really excited to listen to Andy talk. I love Andy.
Yeah, I want to hear more of Andy too. I'm going to drop off. Andy, it's great.
Hey,
to
thank
meet
you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't want to
the
see
Cubs just
your
lost their
thunder.
4th starting pitcher, so I'm just kind of gonna crash out.
You're in limbo.
Professor,
Anyway,
for having me on. And I really like that Charles and Ziggy are getting along again.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Who would have knew?
Hey,
Just give it
anyway,
time.
Orlando, take care. Professor, I'll see you next week at the Burbank Card Show.
Hey now.
At the Burbank Sports Cards.
All right, guys. Thank you for calling. It's great talk.
See you, Andy. Nice to meet you.
Guys. Nice to meet you guys.
All right. So, by the way, Andy, before we get to it, because they just reminded me of something.
Sure.
You say Charles and Ziggy are getting along. I got a phone call yesterday from none other than Gio, and Gio had to tell me that he was at the at Nashville Card Show, his hometown show. Lots of love. And the last table he interacted with was a big supporter, one of our, and he's a dealer, and he's telling him, "Oh, I know you from Professor." So Gio can't get away from it even when he's not
great.
here. Yeah, that is great. So Andy, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me on. I'm excited.
That was a really good conversation. I didn't realize your background. So you actually, you have some experience in this situation of reading the room here.
Yeah, to me it was fascinating. It's nothing is proven, and hopefully that guy will get his money back. But I just keep going back to where it's like when somebody wants something to happen so bad, they just dismiss rational thought. And I think it doesn't take very long for that to happen or get strung along or however it's going to be. And then bad stuff happens. Bad stuff happens all the time. And I'm sure if he had a chance to look at it, he would do a lot of things different.
Ziggy made a good point that he thought he was getting a damn good deal, so it made him want it extra.
Well, wasn't he saying that the card would be worth almost $5 million now?
That's what he said. That's what he said. Yeah, I put something to that effect. And he also said, "Hey, what do you have, a gold Kaboom Brady or something he got rid of to try to help him get this?" And I think those have gone up exponentially as well.
Yeah, I just can't even. That's a whole different stratosphere. I can't even imagine, buying cards at that price, and it gets me nauseous just thinking about it, honestly.
And we have 80 votes. Only 44% of the people put the blame on Bruce. Almost 30% on Steve. 16% on FedEx. Is it a FedEx job? Maybe. And why use FedEx? And then Jorge 11%. So less than half the blame goes to Bruce, according to these 80 voters that also are hearing the same story we are.
Yeah. I think we're going to find out more about it. These things take time. And I do think that I heard, and again, I could be wrong. It's just what I think I remember in that interview, that he did have text messages and screenshots and other things. So I don't think we've heard the end of it by a long shot.
He said it happened over a year ago, but still, it's not enough time.
No.
All right, so let's get to learn you a bit. And I don't know. I've enjoyed some of your videos. I haven't watched all your videos, but when I found you, I'm like, okay, this is fresh. This is
I don't put many out. You could just go back.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah. So what is your history in the hobby? What's your place in the space?
Okay, so I collected through my whole life, but because of my background, I just kind of I couldn't be out like I am now as far as being on YouTube. So I retired.
Can you say your background? I assume you can.
Yeah, well, it's funny because when I say what I used to do, I get and I think times have changed now because people do not like contrarian takes when it comes to the hobby. Either you agree with someone or you disagree, but you don't just disagree. You have to try to go after them personally, and you've seen a little bit of that, in the time that you've been doing this. But I'm a retired DEA agent. I did it for about 27 years. And then when I retired, I went back to work consulting.
What an interesting job. Okay.
Yeah. And then I retired for the third time. I used to just do prevention stuff. I would go to businesses and schools and just talk about prevention because it's something that kept me busy, and I just like doing it. But I collected for most of my entire life. And then once COVID hit, like everything else kind of slowed down. And my son Tyler, he said, "Why don't you just go and do this YouTube thing and just tell people, you know, maybe a completely different, angle than what they're used to seeing." And it's funny because if you haven't watched my channel about 5 years ago, I call it my claim to fame, and Ziggy mentioned it on the chat there. About 5 years ago, everyone was talking about the national. Let's go to the national, and I'm like, I just don't think it's worth it to go. So I put out this video about why the national isn't worth going to, and it was completely about me, but it was completely a clickbait title. And you would have thought that I just canceled Christmas or, you know, destroyed everybody's Thanksgiving, because I got it from like
I have to turn on the fan. It's right behind me. It's 110 degrees.
No,
I'm so sorry. Keep talking. I got to turn on this fan. I'm dying.
No, and I got it from like every angle, like, you know, oh, who is this guy? Who's he telling about? Like, don't go to the national. And so that happened. And then what I did was, looking at everyone's comments on that video, I just went in and basically looked at everyone who made a comment about me and made a video highlighting all of them. And, you know, that was kind of like one of the things that got me out there, which was kind of cool. And then 5 years later, the guy who did a reaction video on me that kind of got the townspeople with the torches coming to get me decided that, oh, he's not going to go this year. So 5 years later, I just waited, and, you know, I was right about that too. But
all right, so you went at you didn't go at, but you called Flippin' Steve. I know Ham's a Steve guy, but Ham is below. Let's throw him on. He might want to go back to what we were talking about. And then
sure.
My next question, it sounds like you just answered, was motivation for your content, but where did we go? Why did that happen? All right, that'll work. Ham, what's going on?
Mike.
How you doing? Andy.
Hey, brother.
Brother.
Oh, okay. We're good.
Mike's a good friend of
we're
mine.
good. No, we're good.
We're
My
good.
first national, I met Andy.
Yeah, Mike's a good guy. I like Flippin' Steve. I met. He's a great guy. Dustin, Neo. I know them all. We've met. It's like there's no hard feelings with these guys. I think Ham actually defended me when all this went down with the national and stuff like that. But no, it's like
Ham. What made you call in?
Well, I mean, he was talking about the national not going. And I was like, oh, perfect open door, baby. Let me in. I didn't really care about the conversation before. I was kind of sitting there watching, and that was just kind of going around robin for a little while there. So I was just kind of waiting for Andy to get on here. Because I haven't got to talk to Andy in a while as well.
Nah, it's what, 3 years ago, right?
Yeah, at least. Now I'm just with the way the content and stuff works, you know, things go.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, by the way, I mean, we have a national giveaway going on tomorrow.
Everybody should do that with Flippin' Steve. These guys do a good job for sure.
What time are you guys doing it? 6 o'clock?
No, I think it starts at 9, but there's still 6 entries to go. So we have 6 people in. We're going to get 6 more people in, and we're doing the giveaway tomorrow. So you have a chance to get in and to win the actual giveaway. So don't enter unless
wait, so they can still be a participant. You can still get qualified to get in the trivia.
Yeah. Yep, we're gonna probably do a quick bang.
Did you get a media pass? Because I didn't.
I did. So
Fuck
So
you.
hold on. Now the trick to that is getting in on the first day and requesting it. It had nothing to do with who you are. It had to do when you got in. So originally, Steve, you, Mangini, some other people, they didn't put anything in for a month after it went live. So at that point, they have so many passes to give out, and they're so busy. I think they just started just shooting them out. They really didn't even care. I don't even know if they looked at my channel, to be honest with you, because let's face it, I have almost 3,000 subscribers, and they gave me a pass. But I'm the only one that does actual card video of cards at the entire thing. So
hey, I felt like I handled the
Just
national
saying.
really well last year. I'll highlight it again this year very fairly. I enjoyed my time. If I didn't, I also agree with you, Andy, that I've never gone because I live on the West Coast, and it doesn't make, if I'm going to spend $1,000, why wouldn't, or more, it's really more.
It's expensive.
Why wouldn't I just buy cards, So it never made sense. But now that, I'm making content channel, it's fun to go to get your eyes on it myself. I mean, it really is I learned, I already had my thoughts, but my thoughts, Yeah, I learned a lot from being there. And there's
love-
some cool tables.
I love the National for different things than everybody else. Like, I don't actually go there to buy cards. If I see something I
Same,
really, really
same.
like, great. Most things are inflated price wise, or it's I gotta have it because I may not see it again. Which there's a lot of that there because locally people are already holding a lot of cards back that I know they have that they are not putting out to sell because they know they can get top dollar for it at the National because they're true collector cards or heavy investment pieces with the way people now buy and hold stuff of specific players. So that's the kind of mode that we're in right now. And the hobby's really weird. It's really weird right now.
That's an
we're in a weird spot.
understatement.
And the funny thing is, Professor, because I know you don't know the whole story, and this is like, and I don't hold grudges. Sometimes I do. I think I do hold grudges sometimes, but this was just a little bit. But this was something that was so crazy and so out of the ordinary that I've never experienced anything like it. And I think everybody should go to the National. Do it at least once.
Yeah,
at least once. At least
right?
once. Yes.
They absolutely should. But don't criticize somebody or don't like MF them to death, or don't like call the townspeople to gang up on someone for a contrarian point. That didn't make any sense at all. And I will tell you that a lot of
is
the
that
guys,
what happened to you?
Oh God. Oh, Michael. I mean,
got buried.
I was public enemy number one.
When was this? This was a few years back.
Yeah, when you get a chance, if you're bored, go back and say why. You can just it's the first one that pops up. It has like, I don't know, 3,000 views. It's why the National is not worth attending. It was horrible because I was just starting off. I looked terrible. I didn't know what I was saying.
That's when the National was like really starting to peak too. Like,
yeah,
really,
right. It was
like,
horrific.
crazy.
And a lot of the guys that were coming after me afterwards, I actually became friendly with. In fact, one of the guys I bought some cards off of, and they're great guys because they're so full of knowledge with the older stuff. And that's the one thing I was trying to learn. But it was just so funny because it was like, oh my God, it was like I never experienced anything like it. But it was just 5 years later when it's like, all right, we're not going to go. But yeah, it was pretty amazing. But in no way, everyone should go at least once. Everybody should go, enjoy it. You'll have a great time. But if you don't go, that was one of the things too, is I know I'm blabbering, is when I was talking to someone off the record, I said, why was it so upsetting to people? Because we didn't like that people were agreeing with you. And I'm like, okay.
Probably true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, a lot of those people that were agreeing with you were probably also people that either haven't gone in 15 or 20 years as well, when it's not as big as a spectacle as it is now.
Right.
Or have never gone and just want to put their 2 cents in the thread and, poke the bear as a troll. There's a lot of that. I mean, a lot of that all the time. And again, I like this event because I can go there and actually meet the vendors that do all these things.
Yeah.
The people that make the card sleeves, Zion cases, and mess with PSA. And like this year, I'm having a great time probably talking to SGC and them, because I'm curious to what they're going to say. They're all a part of the same company, but what's the vibe and the lingo?
Wait, what do you want to ask them?
I just want to know, so the first thing I usually do is I go in and I look around and I try and figure out, is there a line at that grading card company? Because last year, SGC, there was no line. There were like 3 people at 2 computers. CSG last year, you could have walked up the first half of the show and just gone right through the line, checked out, got your card in, which is great because they were getting cards back really fast. This year, I'm curious to how fast all that goes and what the pricing is going to be, because we're in a really weird spot. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's some type of real show special this year, because the prices are so high to get in on a card to grade that this might be your really only chance to really get a decent deal on that and get it back within 1 or 2 days.
Yeah.
Because they usually get the cards back
And
to you
the
in 1 or
show.
2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the show. So, I mean, there is a benefit to specific things of going there and getting that stuff done. Grading right now is in a weird spot because you can't send something somewhere quickly unless it's already extremely valuable to have any value to get it back. And you're still waiting. And none of us like waiting. So, I just want to go see what it's like, see what their pitch is, because everybody always, gung-ho their company and we're great and we're doing great. Yeah, no, the PSA is a different company. No. There's still a boss at the top that still talks to the rest of them. I just want to see where that goes.
I think it'll be interesting too, Mike. And maybe if you go, I always watch your stuff on all your card shows, by the way, and Professor, you as well. When I went with Tyler, his friend is actually a videographer. So we went and we walked around the show, and we had access to things that normally we would not have access to. we talked to Gary V, and we talked to Ruben was there, and we talked to some of the people.
Yeah.
It was kind of disarming for them, but you really got a good idea of what was going on. Now it'll be interesting now, because are the new show people there now, like people that are running the show, they're new now. So it'd be interesting to see how the corporate is, and as far as how that whole vibe is.
Blue Red's been calling in all night. Let's give him his. Hopefully he stays on topic, but I have a feeling not. Go ahead, Blue Red.
Hey, the last time that Chicago selected somebody from North Carolina, they selected Michael Jordan. Guess who they're selecting for this year's draft?
Who are they taking?
I think they drafted Michael Jordan. Take a look at the draft.
That would be hilarious. Like, he's not rated. We're not getting anybody good. Let's just draft this guy.
It's Caleb Wilson.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
And the Hawks drafted Kingston Flemings. Both of those two guys are the guys that I really only care about, other than A.D. Morrow as well, because I think A.D. Morrow is going to be the next guy you're going to yell in the gym.
I thought the fucking draft was Thursday. Now
it's going on. It's going on.
Holy shit! Let's put it on. All right, Blue Red. Thank you for. I'm gonna throw that on, and I don't have a screen for all this. Blue Red. Wait a minute. I guess. Well, hold on. Let me just look at the draft.
What did Blue Red eat tonight? What did Blue Red eat tonight? We need to know.
He gets upset when we ask that for some reason.
By the way,
on
I did actually make some money on those Conkinable cards. I made $300 on one of them, so it wasn't like complete crapshoot.
Cam Boozer to the Grizzlies, Peterson to the Jazz, Caleb Wilson to the Bulls, Keaton Wagler, number 5 to the Clippers, Acuff Jr., boy to the Kings. That's not good. Kingston Flemings. All right. Wow.
Appreciate
Okay. Interesting. All right. The NBA draft. Oh, I'm excited. All right. When we leave this, I got to go check it out. Blue Red, anything else you want to throw out there?
Pretty much Caleb Wilson and Kingston Flemings are literally the only two players to me that matters in this draft. Like when I looked at Kingston Fleming's highlights, he reminded me of Kobe Bryant when I looked at his highlights.
All right. On that note, Blue Red, thank you for calling in. Let's talk more NBA. Blue Red, I have nobody scheduled for tomorrow. There'll be more time for call-ins, and we'll definitely go over the draft. I was looking at recently, and I don't have time to do it tonight, but maybe tomorrow, everyone's salary. It's pretty interesting to look at all the players' salary and where they rank and who's making a lot and what players are a deal. So maybe tomorrow we'll do that.
Well, did you just see what Trae Young got paid? I don't know what they're doing.
Oh yeah, and now they paired with him with who did they pair him with?
Trae Young. He's never going to be anything more than what he is.
4 years, $212 million.
Now the money's stupid these days. I mean, the money's just dumb, and it gets teams in trouble because they overspend on guys that end up not producing the way they should for that kind of money. Ham, anything else? What days do you be at the National? And we'll check in on the giveaway tomorrow.
Yeah, I fly in Tuesday and I get out on Sunday. I'm there pretty much the whole time. I like to get in a day early and relax a little.
I'm sure I look forward to seeing you there.
All right, man. Appreciate you having me on.
Oh, for sure, Ham.
Yeah,
Good
Mike.
to see you. All right, let's get back. A couple more questions for you.
Yeah, it's almost my bedtime. I'm an old guy. I got to go to bed.
Yeah, we'll do like 5-10 more minutes. Love for the hobby. What's the love, and what bothers you in the space the most?
Well, it's funny because I started turning a lot of stuff over to Tyler, but my love of hobby was since I was a kid, like with my dad, and just it sounds cliche and sappy, but it's just going and just collecting and doing stuff with my dad and how I did it with my son, and that's really. That's really it. And I love collecting local stuff. Like I like, even the newer stuff or the older, some of the old stuff. Like, when I was a kid, there's, Mike Schmidt and Larry Bowen, those guys, it's nostalgic and it brings back things that I miss. And it's the hobby to me is always a hobby. And I think unfortunately now, and I think you mentioned this as well, it's just turned into a business. And that's the thing that bothers me the most. Everything is just revolving around corporations and business and generating money. And to me, that's kind of sad. I tell this little story in my last video when I was at a card store where, kids, they're almost dropped off now, or they spend hours at a card store. And they're ripping these packs that are 25 or 30 bucks a piece. And instead of looking at the cards and maybe like looking at, like I was like, hey, do you know this guy or what's it? It's running up to the counter and saying, do you want to buy this back or should I grade this? And that's like where we are now. I mean, you go to the National, you'll see kids walking around with Zion cases.
Well, unfortunately, they've been trained over the past 6 years with content and the way, it's all become investments, flipping, moving. And so a lot of people have been, trained to this is what it is instead of, looking at the stats or collecting the cards so the rosters. I mean, I know that sounds stupid. That's for a lot of us. That's what it was growing up, or maybe to some kids now, but it's definitely a money thing at this point.
And I think that's the saddest part, because I think COVID taught like this mantra of, buy the card, grade the card, sell the card, and repeat it. And that's what we were getting from all these influencers out there, especially the newer breed, the Gary V's of the world, how to make money, and the remember the stacks of the Luca base cards, graded base cards, and it was eye opening to me, because it just feels like where are we going? And I think like 3 or 4 years ago, I did it as a lark. I did a video about the future of the hobby, and it was just fanatics. And I'm like, wow, I think I'm right there too, which is it's this juggernaut that is just taking over the hobby.
And
but
I don't want to hate fanatics,
No.
but it's unfortunately, if it was good stuff, they were produced things I like, the direction I like, I'd say better things, but I hate the direction.
No, I can't even, like, there's a local card shop near where I live, and I think that those are the dying breeds where you can just go. It's a dusty old shop, and the guy's got the cards and everything else. Now you go into these places, which maybe it's great. I don't know. These pristine card shops with TVs in the back, and you could buy drinks and you could spend the day there. And hey, free penny sleeves on the table, free.
By the way, there's some rumor about something's going to happen to shops. I don't want to say it might, because here's my going around Texas or Ohio or this different places in the country. Those shops still exist. Maybe they're 30%, 50% of what's out there, but they might find it harder to survive in the very near future or even right now.
It's all about, again, there's experts out there much more than I do, and I just get my information when I go and I talk to these guys. But it's all about allocation for these small shops. How can you possibly survive if you're getting your own stuff on the secondary market, or you get these shops that are fanatics, that are with them and getting unlimited product, and you're just not being able to get
a big way I think they're surviving is I still think they get TCG allocation.
Yeah.
And I still think a big portion of these card shops business, I know it is TCG. And if you could build a little TCG community, well, there is more of that vibe of community and love instead of just money. And I hear that from others, not just from my personal, observation. So I do think and maybe they can survive that way through singles, through getting stuff on secondary. We'll find out, because there's already quite a few that don't get allocation that are out there or struggling to get allocation, but they survive a lot off the TCG side.
Yeah. And that's it. I'll be the first one to admit, I'm not going to be like, oh, with the Pokemon and the other stuff. I am not into that at all. My son is a little bit, and that may be an avenue that they can get into, but I mean, we can, I know you don't have a lot of time, but I mean, just talk about the price of wax now. I mean, it's absurd. I know. And you go, and then when Panini, I used to think like Panini was gone berserk by pumping all this stuff out. Now, I mean, Topps is, hold my beer. It's insane.
And something so I normally don't rip blasters. For my last video, excuse me, I bought 3 blasters. And something I think, everyone calls it gambling, of course, but if you bet on the Lakers, I put $100 on the Lakers and they lose, that bet doesn't stare me in the corner of the room for my whole life.
Right.
When you spend $100 and end up with a bunch of base, I think my most expensive card was $5. Maybe the McFoley's $8 or $10. I don't know, but $100 I spent to get back a $5 card and a bunch of junk I don't want. and it just sits there. You know, my brother got in, he didn't know what he's doing. He bought some boxes, and now he has, you know, just a couple storage boxes in his house that he doesn't need, but or want, and it just stares you and reminds you of what a shit experience. And I don't think Fanatics thought it this far. I'm not giving them that much credit. I think the reason they want breaking is fractionalized. They could sell it for more, but also when you get someone breaking, they don't end up with that stack reminding you in the corner of what a fucking bad decision this was.
No, I mean, and a lot of guys now I see sometimes where it's like they get it, it's addicted, and that's a real thing. I know the guy you had on there, I think he, you know, for a card,
very real, very real.
It is so. It's I know we're all over. It's such a parallel to drug addiction, and you just start chasing that next high, and you start chasing that next box.
FOMO also, there's a little bit of fear of if I don't buy it now, it's going to go up, or if I don't get it now, so you know. So but sorry to interrupt you.
No. In fact, I say like one of the things where where, you know, if you want to make money in sports cards, it's really not that difficult. You just have to enter a Topps raffle. I call it a raffle, one of those drops. You get lucky, and God forbid, do not open the box. Put them on eBay and sell them for 3 or 4 times your money. What we used to do is when Panini, before all this craziness is, and I'm sure Ziggy's out, he'll tell you, you could have bought National Treasures for $300, $250. Like it was like buy a couple boxes and you could open it when you want.
That's right, of course.
Sell it. It was just a totally different world. I mean, now you got retail that's $60. It's absurd.
So we'll end here with you, and it was a great call, and thank you for calling. I hope we do it again.
Absolutely.
I have to ask you. So behind me is a lot of different eclectic things. 95% of what I've collected my whole life is just sports cards. I mean, I know I have all this behind me, and so I always see a different background behind you.
Yeah.
Do you collect a little bit of everything? What percentage of your collection is cards?
Yeah, I got cards. I do have some cards that I do keep for because I just like looking at them. You know, some of my old, like when I just want to like be in my own space. Some of the stuff behind me is I'm a huge movie guy, a huge Jaws person, fan.
Button, who's got the button? I mean, I know you know that movie, and we share that in common.
Well, and that's, if you see it, I don't know if you probably can't see it behind me, but one of my favorite movies, and I wish I would have went up to Boston. You say like Willy Wonka. They had like 4 people up there. Charlie, who's a veterinarian now, and Mike TV was up there, and the original Oompa Loompa was up there, and that was. But yeah, I always try to pick something like that. Rocky, of course, Philadelphia. I mean, grew up with Rocky, and so you know, I collect anything. Now I'm at a point where I collect stuff that is just interesting to me, and something that it's like I think of like, wow, you know, that's something like you can't see, but I'm looking at Ted Williams and Sandy Koufax and another Ted Williams and Pete Rose and Shane Victorino. Everybody's pretty eclectic. Honor Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, pretty eclectic stuff. But I just love collecting. I love this hobby, and I really like the people. This is gonna sound sappy again, but I don't get to I don't go on shows very often, but I just enjoy the people involved. And I can't thank you enough for having me on. Hopefully we'll do it again.
Of course,
yeah. Got my contact information. I
yes.
hope you're not offended, but when you had me up the one time, I'm like, this is great. I'm going to use this on my video because it was so fantastic, and I take everything that you say as a compliment, and because I know where people. I'm a good reader of people, so I really do appreciate it.
I likewise, and you have great stuff to say. We'll definitely do it again, Andy. Andy, thank you for calling in.
Thanks, guys. Take care. Thanks, guys.
Hey, great calls all night, and I had a feeling. I told you in the beginning of the show. I just had a feeling. This is an interesting contract. There's a lot going on in this Brady story. And, you know, I think we did it justice all angles. Let's see. I have a bunch else. I want to go back to the beginning. RGL, wasn't sure a Jermaine die. Let's go back to this. What do we got? About 10 more minutes. We might go a little longer. Maybe I'll save a lot of this for tomorrow as well.
When you're ready, you can start.
Yep. Star rookie for Atlanta. Ooh, this is like 90s too. Pass.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna get smoked on this one. That's not Terrell Davis, is it? Okay, I suck on this one. Oh, that's Darren Williams.
Yes.
That is ooh. Do I know, dude?
Twin brother.
Faces.
Oh, I'm still gonna say Tiki Barber.
Yes.
Yeah, Tiki. That's Kevin Johnson.
Yes.
That is. These are tough. These are
very
tough.
young, big player, very young.
Is that? Oh, was he drafted by them? No. Okay. Pass.
Who is it? Who is it?
Dude, what you
Good
took it up a
shooter.
notch. You took it up a notch. This isn't Joe Johnson, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Oh my
Good
God.
receiver, stud receiver in the 2000s.
Dude, is that?
Then stud's a strong word. Couple
form,
strong
you're right.
seasons.
Was he with Manning? Was he with
He
Manning?
might have been with Manning.
Oh man, I'm gonna say pass on that one too. These are not coming to me.
Good 3-point shooter.
Very good. That's not Ray Allen. No, that's too old. Is that Michael Red? No,
Yes, sir. Michael Red.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
What?
I didn't we go on here for this card because here's the thing. We don't know him as a Saint. I didn't even realize he came up. His first 2 years were with the Saints. I didn't even realize if he was in the other jersey, you'd know him right away. But in this jersey, I wouldn't know who it is. Yes, Brandon Marshall. Yes.
What are these?
Well, that was so easy. I had to. Okay,
dude, those are
probably
so
60
tough.
seconds. Let's go back. This guy had a really good career. He played for the A's. I think the Yankees he might have had a stint with.
Quick pause. Those A's teams in the early 2000s, late 90s, I guess mainly early 2000s, Tejada, Giambi, Scudero. There's a name, Mark Kotze. I mean, and Jermaine Dye was a part of that team for a minute. Outfield, Terrence Long.
Oh, is this Andrew Jones?
Jermaine Dye.
Jermaine Dye. A's too. Them.
Oh, I forgot who this was for.
This is a tough one. Anybody? I'll give you 15 seconds in chat. Anybody? Brandon Marshall is the other Broncos receiver. This dates back a little earlier. Really good receiver. Think won the Super Bowls there, but tougher. Yeah, Mulder, Zito, Hudson. Oh, for sure. Isringhausen, Rod Smith, Hobby Champs. B squared beat you to it. Hit the play.
I think he was Elway days.
Dude, is this like Rod Smith?
Rod Smith, yes.
Holy
Rod
smokes,
Smith.
okay.
Darren Williams, you got Barber,
Yep.
Johnson. Oh,
okay. This is
he played a lot. I remember him with the Astros for a while. Who else was he with?
Oh, this is Carlos Beltran.
Yeah,
That's
who else
exactly
did Beltran play for?
Dude, I was thinking of Beltran played for the Mets too.
Okay, all right.
He was a Met too. Yeah, I think
he's really young there. I think that's his rookie year.
He's part of those Astros teams when they were actually likable.
First name Brandon.
I can't in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whenever we end here. Yeah, I need to go check in on the draft. I thought it was Thursday. I mean, we didn't have time to do the draft tonight anyways. So tomorrow that'll be fun. I do want to look at salaries also tomorrow. A bunch of stuff I didn't get to tonight for tomorrow, but let's. Yeah.
Oh, this is Brandon Cooks? No.
Marshall.
Brandon Marshall. Yeah. Brandon Marshall.
Some forgotten players. And to be fair,
Jim Everett.
I don't think anyone in the comments has mentioned this yet. Extremely difficult. He went to a Super Bowl with another team. He kind of had a little magic there for a few years.
I don't remember.
I don't know who this is. Who is this?
It's not John Kitna.
Hold on.
Oh, it's Jake Delhomme on the Saints.
Jake Delhomme on the Saints. Snyder, I left it in the car, but I did get Snyder. I'll show it tomorrow. Someone else sent something. I don't know what's in it. Snyder, I'll get to it tomorrow. I'll show the John Wooden. And you guys asked, so I just renewed it for $150 for 6 months. There's the address. I'm not going to keep it there long, but if you do want to send anything, giveaway or for myself, students, there it is. All right. So what else? I have a bunch of things for tomorrow. There's Mary Gamble. There's Ted Lasso at Burbank. So I want to do all this tomorrow because that's a good way to lead. Why don't we stick with the same thing? What year and set is the card, which is just, I think he does better on year and set than player name, but it's difficult stuff.
Okay. Last time you were really strong on this. So let's see how this goes again.
These are tough.
What year and set?
All right. So you said this was Jermaine Dye. So this is like 1996 star rookie. So this is gonna be 96 like collector's choice. This is gonna be like 96 score or something like that.
And I think it is 96 up or down.
He crushes on this, and he worked at ComC doing cards for a long time. And he breaks now, but to the jerk that was in here in the beginning, talking shit. We had 150. There's 130 in here. We're doing just fine, buddy.
That was so close. Yeah, that was close.
Let's undo that for
95 score has a card.
All right, keep moving.
Okay. How
Yeah,
about
this
the,
is
oh, it says
this is
score
one of
right
the
there, but
this is one of the scores. He said this was Rod Smith. This is like 90.
not rookie. No chance. That's
Yeah, not a rookie. This is like 96 or 98. 97, right in the middle. Yeah. This is early SP. I'm trying to remember.
I'm gonna guess 01. I don't remember.
If the Darren
Am I
Williams,
way
it's
off?
not a rookie.
I'm probably way off.
This has got to be like 06, 07 or something
Off.
like that.
Yep,
07, yeah, one
right
year.
there. RGL.
I'm bad at these. Man, this is like
The last time you were 8 for 10, I was shocked.
I know these are more difficult. This is like Tiki Barber rookie, so this is gonna be dude, this is like 98, 99.
It's a good guess. I want to say a little later, 97 earlier.
I'm 1 year off on everything. Oh,
this card I grew up. This card, I don't know. This set was like my childhood.
Yeah. Again, not a rookie. Looks like a little bit older, mid. Hoops. I'm gonna say this looks like mid 90s. So I'm gonna say like 93, 94.
I think a year after
95, 96. Okay. I'm bad on this. These are like the terrible.
This is
years
not your
of baseball.
tops. You're good with the tops, like you said.
Yeah, this is like the terrible years of baseball too. This is like 01 or something like that.
That was the cheap
99.
stuff.
Yeah,
Very
these are the
close.
boring years, like 99 through like 03. Oh, this is KD rookie year, so this is 07, 08, I think. 06,
06,
dude, 1 year off on everything. That's Brandon
The whole
Boyer.
time. Okay,
This-
back to tops. I bet you get this one
Yeah.
right.
You think so? I don't know
You're
about
off.
because this is not a popular design in baseball. I don't even remember them using this. This is like this might be 08. They I don't think they did the the fun 06. Yeah, it looks like the 08 were the circles at the top. I don't remember those as football
I
cards.
mean, you're right there. This is I mean, that's tough. I find that tough.
So this
is a funny comment. I was today years old when I realized Mary Gamble, and Mama Breaks are not the same person. That's funny.
was Michael Red.
Yeah.
3-point
Oh, the
triple,
Giannis trade.
tops
Yeah, let's talk about
10.
that in a minute.
Tops 10. So that's a dumb set. That's like that's like 0203 or something like that.
That's
That's
a
like
good guess. That's a sharp guess. Let's see. Yep, got it.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Before they knew what they were
All
doing.
right, this Delhomme Fleer Focus.
These are okay. So Carolina Super Bowl was like 03-ish. So this has got to be like 2000. Like 2000 maybe.
Oh, you think he played for the Saints prior?
Did he play for the Saints prior?
I was thinking he played for him after.
I feel like this is not like an 05-06 card.
You're going 2000?
I'm going 2000 straight up.
Hey,
now.
nailed it. Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane. All right. So great show. Thank you to all the members. It helps keep it going. $5 a month. And here's the thing. The Thursday show, it's a lot to go live 3 nights a week. It's a lot for the algorithm. It's a lot for me. So I think on Wednesday, which will be next Wednesday, we'll end the show with a little trivia. If you want to play, we'll do the member bundle at the end of a Wednesday at the end of the month, because the Thursday lives are killing me and I can't focus on videos and other things. So that's that. What else did we not get to? What are we running on? Hour 57. It was a really great show. Poll of the night. Let's see where we're at with that. 94 votes, and only 41% blame Bruce. So that's very interesting, because I think majority of the people that called tonight think Jorge's fake, or Ultimate Victory saying, really vouching for what's his name, Steve, I believe. Was that his name? Diamond card collector. So only 41%, 90% FedEx. I feel like it wasn't FedEx, but I guess you could easily, what are we doing? An overall message of everything. If you're dealing with $500,000 cards, if you're dealing with $100,000 cards, shit, if you're buying a $50,000 card, think twice about how you're picking it up, how it's being delivered. And I know just me sending a $2,000 order to PSA, or me ordering a $700 card or a $500 card, I get paranoid. Greg came on, loves cats, and he was all, it's a paranoid thing. What are we doing? Hey, you're going to send $600,000 in the mail? No, you're not. Of course you're not. So anyways, it's a great show. I don't think I'll just save everything I want to do World Cup. Do we want to end on Antonio Brown? I think we'll do tomorrow. Also, we'll talk more about, we'll dive into this article from ESPN, came out 3 days ago. Could box breaking be considered gambling or lottery? And as you can see, I mean, they do it justice. They break it down. It's a long article. So we will get into that article tomorrow. I've been wanting to watch just because we've been wanting to watch this one, why we can't trust card grading companies anymore. And then is Orlando's video not up here? I mean, I'm just a sucker for what he's showing here.
Game 2.
This is just up my alley. This video he did. It's mainly the color from these years. You know, those are the black and white cards. Can we get? Oh, there's the Kareem's second year. These are the top one here. It's Kareem, West, and God, I can't remember the third player on that card, but that's one of my, I mean, just beautiful looking. It's Lou Alcindor. It's this one in the middle. West, Lou Alcindor, and is it Elvin Hayes, maybe? I can't remember the third on there. Maybe that's who it is. Lance, this one in particular, very nice color. We can only see some of it, very nicely centered, maybe a little off center to this side. It's one of my favorite cards. I love these cards, just so colorful. The fact when the color holds up after 50, 60 years like this, it doesn't work for all sets back then. That's some of my favorite stuff is this. Oh, look at that color. I mean, it just held up so beautifully. This stuff's more rare. There's not a lot of it. For some reason, it's not highly collected. The pump hasn't been put on. But anyways, Orlando, great call. Petty, it was great time spending with both you. Everyone else that called in. It was a great, it was really, I knew, I mean, it deserved justice, that topic. What an interesting story. And we'll continue following it. Kudos to Jeremy Lee for making that happen. And organically is the way it always works best. We'll do it again tomorrow. I have a bunch of stuff we didn't get into. Chris Hoge had to cancel, so feel free any more callers tomorrow. Ziggy, thanks for calling in. Charles, everybody else. Who else did we get? Andy, it was a great conversation. If you came in late, go check out the beginning because it really was a show. It was a great show. Who's here? Big Mac Boy, Sports Card Queen, Sir Spawns-a-Lot, Zach, Bob Boozle, the comedians here tonight. The Real Petty in Orlando still in chat. Big shout out to Rhonda. Collection Firm called in, gave some good takes. I love how grown men, okay, ultimate victory and just grown men here. That's what we're doing. How do I do this? I want this. Nope. What the fuck's going on? How do I want this. I don't fucking know. That's not what I want. Whatever. We'll do it like this. Fucking stupid. They went at each other for a minute. They were emotional. They got in their feelings. They had something to say. And 30 seconds later, a minute and a half later, people are allowed to get a little heated and emotional. And then grown men move the fuck on. I mean, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So we'll do it again tomorrow. I got plenty of show tomorrow. Tonight was a lot of fun. Big shout out to Frank, Rhonda, everyone else, hardballs out there. And have a great night.